Well, hello, hello, hello. So this is just me making a dump your brain video. Now they will have 5 minutes, but I always tell my students if you need, I would say the adding chart is the least important, but it's still very, very important. But basically, this I completed in 6 minutes and like 30 seconds. So just cooperate if you don't get done and just finish it later throughout the test. It shouldn't take you too long if you need to spend like an extra minute or so trying to finish this. But basically, I started out with my 12s, ones, then my 12s. And really, if you notice, it starts by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So wherever you see a zero, it's kind of like you carry one. So instead of 5, that's 6. And then instead of 11, that will be 12. Next, we do the tens, and really you can just count by ones in the tens place, and you just have a zero at the end. That's how you know it's completely divisible by zero. And doing it this way also helps with the rules of divisibility. So again, like I said, you just basically counting by ones, and anything that ends in a zero can always be divided by a zero, and it can also be divided by 5. Because if you notice, if we do our 5s, you also see a 0 and a 5 in it. Now for the 2s, you do that next. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That should be easy because, that's the first thing students learn, counting by 2s. Now for everything else, the pattern really stays the same. Like in the 5s, it can either be divided by a 5 if it ends in a 5 or a 0. But here you see the pattern. So again, counting by your 5s is pretty simple. But next I do the 9s, and really you're just counting by ones backwards. So the only thing, it doubles towards the end with the 10 and the 11, but other than that, it's just counting by ones. Now next is 3s, and that just comes from just strict memorization. And sometimes you can count as well and see what comes next. And so I'm just kind of filling in my 11s as I go. So again, some of these you just have to know, which is why we practice it every day. There are certain patterns, like for the 8s, is 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. It's just kind of backwards from 2s. 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. And here I'm just finishing my 11s. Alright, so then I do my adding chart. And this is only counting by ones, and you have to start with 0. And so again, I just wrote my numbers in my tens place and just filled in that 1, because you're not going to go past 20. And this helps with adding and subtracting. Just like with the multiplication chart, it helps with multiplying and dividing. And not everybody has to do the adding chart, but it does help, especially if you're nervous in a test. It can help you easily find out what's 9 plus 4. If you put your fingers on it, you see 9 plus 4 will equal 13. Or 8 plus 5 is also 13. Like, you can just use it as a tool. Or if they say, what is 11 minus 6? And then you would just go to 6, find 11, and go at the end, and you would see 5. Multiplication would be used the same way. So again, I'm just filling this in. And this is 4 minutes and 30 something seconds at this point. Now that I'm done with both of those in less than 5 minutes, I do King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk, meters, liters, grams. And I draw my lines. This is to help with jumps. And then we have the group mixture conversions of big to small. And this comes from memorization of just practicing it. And so there's a rule that goes with this: big to small. And see, the main stuff is done. Now, big to small, multiply all small to big, divide to pig. Now, we do have keywords. I forgot to add times as many, but I decided to skip and go ahead to my place value chart because you will have more questions on that. And I just did my little powers of 10, just showing you how many spaces to move, how many zeros you need. And this is actually more simple if you look at the powers, to know what you're dividing by. For example, 10 to the 5th power, where you'll have 5 zeros at the end. Saying with, so the exponents actually help make it more simple. There we go. I added times as many, equal, split, evenly. And these are just words that I want them to memorize. Total and all. And sometimes you don't have to write them all if they already know. Less means subtract. So difference. And this is how much more, how much less. So here's a few more words. And basically the words are extra. This is not required, but it helps to just know these. So again, I'm done with most of this. I decided to add the formulas for area and perimeter. A equals length times width, P equals 2L plus 2W. Alright, thanks again for watching. I hope this helps. Again, we're going to be excited, have a great year. I have another video with me without a voiceover, and it's just strictly watching the place, making the Dump Your Brain, and this is just me explaining it. Again, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.